no one in the audience realized that just meters away, behind closed doors, BTS was facing one of the most stressful moments of their tour. Rumors have sent shockwaves through the global music industry, leaving millions of fans holding their breath in a state of agonizing suspense over the upcoming leg of BTS's highly anticipated world tours. Whispers began circulating late last night that the group's mesmerizing dancer and vocal powerhouse might be forced to sit out of the grand spectacle scheduled to take place in Baltimore, Maryland, for an ARMY that has waited years to see the phenomenal septet reunite and grace the stage together. The mere suggestion of his absence has struck a heavy, unsettling chord, threatening to cast a long shadow over what was supposed to be a monumental night of celebration. The frenzy reached a fever pitch as social media platforms were overwhelmed with a chaotic surge of speculation, frantically trying to piece together cryptic clues and unverified whispers from industry insiders. Fans scrambled to decipher every subtle detail, analyze recent footage, and hunt for any sign that could either confirm their worst nightmares or offer a glimmer of solace. The atmosphere across the global fanbase swiftly shifted from electric anticipation to sheer panic as the heartbreaking possibility of an incomplete lineup on the Baltimore stage suddenly felt terrifyingly real. Speculation regarding the reason behind this potential absence ranges from debilitating physical exhaustion to a sudden, undisclosed injury that may have occurred during their rigorous, high-intensity rehearsal sessions. Given Jimin's relentless work ethic and his legendary devotion to delivering perfection on stage, fans know all too well that he would only ever consider stepping back under the most severe and unavoidable circumstances. His iconic performances are defined by breathtaking athleticism and emotionally charged vocals, making the physical toll on his body an ever-present, agonizing concern for those who follow his journey closely. Despite the mounting turmoil and the emotional storm raging across the internet, official channels have maintained a deafening, tormenting silence that only deepens the overwhelming tension. Representatives from BigHit Music have yet to issue a definitive statement to either quell the rising panic or confirm the dreaded news, leaving the entire fandom suspended in a grueling limbo. Every passing hour without an official update feels like an eternity, turning what should have been a blissful countdown into an excruciating test of patience for concert-goers holding tickets to the Baltimore show. The city of Baltimore itself, which had been buzzing with vibrant energy and preparing to paint its streets in deep purple hues, now finds itself blanketed under an uneasy hush of uncertainty. Venues, local businesses, and traveling fans who made elaborate journeys from all corners of the globe are caught in the crossfire of this dramatic unraveling. The electric excitement that once filled the air has been temporarily eclipsed by a single, desperate question. Will the stage truly feel whole without the ethereal presence and irresistible charm of lighting up the arena? For the devoted fans, Jimin is far more than just a performer. He is an indispensable heart and soul of the group, whose absence would leave a gaping, irreplaceable void on that stage. A BTS concert without his signature, fluid choreography, and soaring emotional vocals feels almost unimaginable, threatening to alter the entire dynamic of the performance. The thought of watching the remaining members navigate the massive stage while missing one of their core pillars is a heartbreaking vision that many are simply not prepared to witness. As the final countdown to the Baltimore concert relentlessly ticks away, the world remains glued to their screens, desperately awaiting a spark of clarity amidst the chaotic storm of rumors. Fans continue to unite in sending a massive wave of love, strength, and unwavering support across the oceans, praying that the captivating artist will defy the odds and take his rightful place under the blinding stadium lights until the curtain rises and the truth is finally revealed. The fate of this unforgettable night hangs dramatically in the delicate balance behind the heavy, guarded doors of the Baltimore Arena dressing room. The usually electric and chaotic atmosphere had evaporated, replaced by a suffocating, heavy silence. The ambient noise of thousands of screaming fans outside was muffled by the thick concrete walls, doing little to ease the agonizing tension settling inside. RM stood near the center of the room, his head bowed as he paced back and forth, mentally revising stage positions while keeping his eyes glued to his phone for any updates from the medical team. Jin and Suga sat quietly in the corner, their usual banter completely absent, exchanging solemn looks that spoke volumes of their shared anxiety and deep concern for their brother. J-Hope and V hovered near the backstage hallway, their eyes darting toward the door every time a shadow passed by. V held a custom microphone tightly in his hands, his knuckles turning white under the harsh fluorescent lights, unable to hide the visible tremble in his frame. J-Hope, normally the vibrant anchor of the group's morale, could only manage a faint, troubled sigh as he rubbed the back of his neck, his mind racing with the terrifying prospect of having to restructure their intricate, high-energy choreography in a matter of minutes without one of their key performers. Among all the members, the overwhelming weight of the situation seemed to crush Jungkook the most. The younger singer sat completely frozen on the edge of a leather couch, staring blankly at the floor as tears threatened to spill from his wide, anxious eyes. Known for his intense, unbreakable bond with Jungkook's worry was palpable, his shoulders trembling as he repeatedly clasped his hands together in a desperate, silent prayer. The thought of stepping onto that massive, blinding stage without his favorite duo partner felt like an impossible, devastating nightmare he couldn't wake up from, unable to bear the unbearable weight in the room any longer. Jin stepped forward and pulled Jungkook into a tight, grounding embrace, shielding his tearful face from the surrounding cameras. Within seconds, RM, Suga, J-Hope, and V joined in, forming a close, protective circle around their youngest member. Locked in that quiet, emotional group hug, the 6 artists leaned on one another for strength, their hearts heavy but united as they held on to a final, desperate hope that Jimin would somehow walk through that door and rejoin them under the stadium lights. As the seconds continue to tick away toward showtime, the air backstage remains thick with uncertainty, leaving both the members and millions around the globe clinging to the thinnest thread of hope. Will a miracle happen before the opening lights hit the stage? Or will the remaining 6 have to face the emotional storm alone? What are your thoughts on this heart-wrenching situation? Do you believe Jimin will make a dramatic surprise appearance on stage tonight? Leave your predictions and send your love for Jimin and the boys in the comments below.